Hi there and welcome to SLJ.com. Once again, I'm Jeff Hastings and I'm pretty excited because I have a really unique product to share with you today. This device, if you look at it, it weighs about 3 pounds, and doesn't it look a lot like kind of a standard netbook? Well, it's not. It's a lot more. It's called the enTourage eDGe and it currently retails for $499. What is it? Well, enTourage calls it a dual book. What does that mean? Well, I'm going to show you. So let me open this up for you. The enTourage eDGe, first of all, the big surprise is there is no physical keyboard. Instead, what you get is you have two touch screens. And you have an e-ink based e-reader screen on the right, and you have a full-color WXGA touchscreen on the left. It's really like having a 9.7-inch e-reader, which is bigger than most standard e-readers, 6-inch being sort of the default these days, and having a tablet PC all in one convenient package. It comes with this stylus and one input's required. So here's a Google search box. If I tap on it, my virtual keyboard comes up and I can tap my way through that, or I find that a lot of times I can use my fingers to navigate on this device and to type pretty conveniently. On the e-ink side, not only can you use it to read e-books in EPUB format and in PDF, but since it is a touch screen, you have a journal function and you can call that up. This is particularly nice for students, and you can take handwritten notes and do drawings, hopefully better drawings than I've done, and you can save those as PDFs and you can share them via email if you want. Speaking of email, it has an email app that comes standard with the device among a lot of other apps that come standard with it. And I found this email app very easy to use and very easy to set up, more importantly. By the way, I'm connected via Wi-Fi right now. The other connectivity is Ethernet, of course, which it'll also do. No 3G access on this device. Let me show you how flexible it is to use physically. If you want to orient the screens, you can orient them any way that you want for a comfortable experience. You do that manually. And also, let's say that you just want to read your ebook selection. You can, and you want to put it on your lap, you can flip it over like so, and you can use either of the screens singly. That's pretty nice. Applications, well, I have to say this. You get your applications. Now this is an Android-based tablet PC on this side. And you might think that you can download any of the thousands of Android applications that are out there on the market and use them with this device. That doesn't seem to be the case. Unfortunately, you're limited to what's available through the enTourage store. It does seem to be a growing collection of apps slowly. I downloaded, for example, Pandora, the music application, and a Facebook app so I could update my Facebook status conveniently on the enTourage eDGe. At present, though, I found that there's only about, I'd say, 3 or 4 dozen apps that are available, so it's a bit limited in that way. The enTourage eDGe, it was really designed with students in mind, the idea being that they could load all of their textbook content into one device. At 3 pounds, it's a lot less heavy than carrying a load of textbooks around in your backpack. They could use the same generous e-ink screen for using the journal function to take and save their notes, and they can use the color touchscreen to do all of their web-based stuff and lots more. Basically anything that you could do on a standard PC. I found that as an adult, traveling lots this summer, I really enjoyed it as a travel companion, because if you do a lot of air travel these days, you know you don't want to have those excess baggage fees. You want to pack as light as possible. I was looking for a device I could do my summer reading on, and also when Wi-Fi was available, keep in touch with friends and family, and use it to look up web-based travel information, for example. So it was a nice all-in-one solution for me as a traveler. I don't want to sugarcoat things, though. The enTourage still seems to be in development, and the eDGe is far from a perfect device yet. I had a few quirks navigationally. A lot of them I could kind of learn my way around after a couple days, but there were some that persisted. I'll just show you one. When you scroll through content on the full color touch screen, there's a scroll bar on the side. I can sometimes do it with my fingers depending on the page, and I can do it with my stylus, but as just happened, the scroll bar is very thin and it's very easy to inadvertently press a menu item that you weren't intending to press. An adjacent menu item. Sometimes if you're on a web page, for example, you're trying to scroll, you wind up pressing a link that you didn't intend to press. So I was constantly sort of going back and forth between the stuff that I wanted to do and the stuff that I accidentally pressed. Let's talk about the library too. It's a bit disappointing. enTourage does a pretty good job of giving you access to a bunch of different libraries other than their own. There's an enTourage library that's built in, and you have access to that. It has textbook content, it has ebook content. A lot of it, though, it also gives you access to Google Books, but a lot of that content is old content, long in the public domain. It gives you access to other ebook libraries that are publicly available. Again, though, not a lot of new content available through their libraries that they provide access to. So I found that when I wanted to read a popular title that was just out, I went to Barnes & Noble and downloaded it there. And it would have been nice if I was able to use Barnes & Noble's Android app, for instance, to download directly to this device. I wasn't. It didn't work. Same deal with Amazon.com. At this point, I couldn't download content from those vendors directly onto the enTourage Edge. It would be nice if they try to work with Barnes & Noble, especially since they have EPUB documents available, if they were able to develop an app quickly for the enTourage Edge to really round out the library selection that they have available for this device. The enTourage Edge Dual Book. It still has a few bugs, but I think it's a really promising device, especially for those who like to have an e-reader that does a lot more than standard e-readers do. And who knows, it could wind up in a school near you. For School Library Journal, I'm Jeff Hastings, and I hope to see you back here next month.